I've never seen anything like it before, and to attempt to hit the ball out of there is pure madness.
Number 10, the 2016 Golden State Warriors.
The Golden State Warriors have handed the Cleveland Cavaliers their first loss at home in the postseason, and they take a commanding 3-1 lead.
The Golden State Warriors entered the 2015-16 season as the defending champions and went on to have the best season in NBA history, finishing with a record of 73-9 and breaking the 1995-96 Bulls record for most wins in the regular season. They returned to the finals to face the Cleveland Cavaliers for a second straight year and appeared set to complete one of the greatest seasons in the history of sports when they jumped out to a 3-1 series lead. The Cavaliers recovered, however, and forced a Game 7, where LeBron James made a huge block in the final 2 minutes to help Cleveland complete the comeback and thoroughly embarrass Golden State.
Oh, blocked by James! LeBron James with the rejection!
Number 9, John McEnroe at the 1984 French Open.
McEnroe is at the peak of his game. He's unbeaten the last 42 matches.
Things couldn't have been better for John McEnroe when he entered the French Open final in 1984. He hadn't lost a match all year and looked nearly unbeatable as he jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead over Ivan Lendl. However, an ill-advised outburst directed at a cameraman marked the beginning of the end for McEnroe, as Lendl came storming back and won the next 3 sets to take home the trophy.
He shouted something into the earphones of a courtside reporter.
While Lendl's resolve played a large role in the comeback, most people credit McEnroe's ridiculous outburst as the catalyst for his collapse.
And for John McEnroe, once again, an American leaves empty from Paris.
Number 8, the 2013 Toronto Maple Leafs.
Kessel with it. Moving in on the defense. Kessel shoots. Rebound. Henry scores!
Leafs fans flooded the streets of Toronto as their team jumped out to a 4-1 lead in the third period of Game 7 against the Bruins in the first round of the 2013 Stanley Cup playoffs. The Leafs had been down in the series 3-1, but rallied and only needed to survive 10 minutes to clinch the victory. The Bruins scored 3 straight goals, however, including 2 in the final 2 minutes of the game to send it into overtime. Boston then scored 6 minutes into overtime to win the game and the series. As a result, Toronto became the first team to lose a Game 7 after leading by 3 goals in the third period.
Here's Bergeron with a shot. Rebound is loose. Sagan can't get it. Score!
Number 7, the 1993 Houston Oilers.
Touchdown for Houston.
In what remains the largest comeback in league history, the Oilers somehow managed to blow a 32-point lead over the Buffalo Bills in the wildcard round of the 1993 NFL playoffs. The Bills entered the second half down by 25, and the game appeared to be over when Bubba McDowell returned an interception 58 yards to increase Houston's lead to 32 early in the third. The Bills managed to score another 35 points and would eventually win the game in overtime 41-38, all without star quarterback Jim Kelly, who missed the game due to injury. In Houston, this infamous game is known as the choke. Everywhere else, it's called the comeback.
And the Buffalo Bills have engineered an unbelievable wild card, come from behind, record-setting wild card playoff victory here at Rich Stadium.
Number 6, the 1986 Boston Red Sox.
The focus wasn't so much on the fact that the Red Sox lost that game, but it was, that I lost.
As surprising as it may seem to fans of the team today, the Red Sox went a very, very long time without winning a World Series. Back in 1986, they were looking to break a 68-year drought, and appeared set to do so as they led the New York Mets 5-3 and needed only 1 out to clinch the victory. The Mets remarkably were able to tie the game at 5 when Mookie Wilson hit a slow grounder up the first baseline.
Little roller up along first, behind the man!
Red Sox first baseman Bill Buckner somehow let the ball roll through his legs, allowing the Mets to score the winning run. The Mets would win Game 7 and take home the series, and Buckner's name became synonymous with sports fails.
Larry, what the hell were you doing?
What? No.
Why'd you throw it to him?
I
thought you were a professional. You couldn't even catch.
It was a horseshit throw.
No, well, it was a horseshit catch also.
Hey, Buck, come on. That was a good throw. Bobbleton.
Number 5. Roberto Baggio's missed penalty at the 1994 FIFA World Cup.
Roberto Baggio, the savior of Italy.
Roberto Baggio had a pretty remarkable World Cup tournament in 1994, scoring 5 goals, 4 of which came during Italy's quarterfinal and semi-final matches. However, he's remembered most for his worst moment of the tournament. Italy and Brazil remained scoreless after regular and extra time, sending the match to a penalty shootout. With Brazil leading 3-2, Italy sent Baggio up to keep his team alive. Unlike the earlier games, however, Baggio failed to deliver, sending the ball flying over the net and sealing Brazil's 4th World Cup victory.
He's missed it, and Brazil win the World Cup.
Number 4. Jean Velde at the 1999 British Open.
I think really, if anybody needs an advisor, he does at this moment.
The sport of golf has seen its fair share of epic collapses over the years, like that time Greg Norman blew a 6-shot lead in the final round of the 1996 Masters. But that was nothing compared to Jean Velde at the British Open in 1999. Velde held a 3-stroke lead going into the final hole of the tournament. He made a series of bad shots and decisions, however, and wound up taking a triple bogey on the hole. He eventually lost in a playoff, completing perhaps the worst choke in golf history. In fact, some have even coined the term pulling a Velde when a golfer chokes away a lead.
No, this really is beyond a joke now. He's gone gaga, because this is quite... I've never seen anything like it before, and to attempt to hit the ball out of there is pure madness.
Number 3. Patrick Stefan's failed breakaway.
The puck bounced as he was about to shoot it in the net.
A first-round pick by the Atlanta Thrashers in the 1999 NHL entry draft, Patrick Stefan never quite lived up to the hype and is regarded by many as one of the biggest draft busts in NHL history. And this moment may in fact sum up his career. With just seconds remaining in the game, Stefan skated towards the empty net with the puck, but somehow mishandled it, failing to score. Even worse, while falling, he knocked the puck back to the Edmonton player, who was able to move down the ice and ultimately set up a tying goal. Following this iconic fail, Stefan played in just 13 more games, scoring only 2 points.
Can you believe what we just saw?
Number 2. The 2004 New York Yankees.
Up the middle. Roberts will come to the plate. The throw by Williams. Bill Miller has tied it.
Sometimes it's a good thing to be the first team to ever do something. In this case, it's the exact opposite, as the Yankees became the first team in MLB history to lose a series after leading 3-0. The Bronx Bombers certainly lived up to their name in the first 3 games of the series, pounding their rivals the Boston Red Sox, with a total of 32 runs scored. The Red Sox remarkably escaped elimination in Game 4 after trailing in the bottom of the 9th, and reeled off 3 more wins to complete their epic comeback, and the Yankees' epic fail.
And in the American League, Boston is second to none. The Red Sox have done it. They've pulled off the miracle.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
The Patriots score 31 straight points. Oh, it is fumbled by Romo, and then Romo's going to run to the end zone, and he's going to get tackled. Lidstrom shot at him and knocked it down. And a great save. The goal counts. The goal counts.
Number 1. The 2003 Chicago Cubs.
Cubs would return to the World Series with a chance to win their first world title since this day, 1908.
The Cubs appeared poised to return to the World Series for the first time since 1945, as they led the Florida Marlins 3-2 in the series and 3-0 in the game, heading into the 8th inning. Then, in an instant, everything changed.
Again in the air, down the left field line, reaching into the stands and couldn't get it, and he's livid with a fan.
A fan named Steve Bartman reached for a foul ball and prevented the Cubs left fielder from making a play on it. The Cubs then suffered a meltdown of epic proportions. The Marlins proceeded to score 8 runs in the inning and would come from behind again in Game 7 to win 9-6, knocking Chicago out of the playoffs.
And the story turned basically from Cubs going to the World Series to this one guy blew it for us.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.